it's really cool, but I've got a map in my hand, but... I can't do nothing because I haven't got the controller.
I'll make sure that the sound and everything on this is working before I do anything.
Oi.
It's so loud.
What?
You.
Oh, it's what you. I can't do nothing because I haven't got the controller.
I can't hear the game. It's worrying.
There's a bubble. There's a turtle.
Are you sure?
Why are there snakes here? Oh, there it is.
Will you shush? Trying to stream over
This is
here.
the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm freaking out because I'm in my
Stanley
water.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
No way.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever
my
change
God.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very
Get out of the
clear.
way. Oh, I'm gonna freak out. I'm not in the
Frozen
cage.
solid,
Will you
Stanley
shut
found himself unable to move for the
my God.
longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I will step out of my office when I please, Mr. Narrator.
No way.
Oh,
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
where is
What
everyone?
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Can't
meeting
see
room.
outside.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, dolphins.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he though? Or did he go to the door on the right? Go to the door on the
This
right.
was not the correct way to
It
the
was.
meeting room,
It was the
and
correct
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
Being a
employee
rebel.
lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, truly a room worth
Can I
admiring.
sit down?
It had really been worth the detour after all,
It was
just to
worth the
spend a
detour,
few
the
moments
detour.
here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
I'm
room.
leaving,
But
okay.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Okay, I'll do as I'm told.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Nope.
He wanted to wander about
Yes.
and get even further off track.
Yes.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Are we sure? Are we sure it's not right? Oh, I'm positive it's not right then.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's to the right, ma'am.
Excuse me.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
You're a dick.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely
cage.
this way.
Yeah, you sure? You got fishes?
Oh, it's very dark.
No. This isn't right at all.
told
You're
me
not
to go this
supposed to
way.
be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley,
Stop
close your
finding it.
eyes. Okay.
I'm not looking at it because I'm freaking out.
We just have to get back to
Oh, where's that? Is that how
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
Oh, I enjoyed it
Okay,
though.
from the top.
You're a bastard.
Oh, look at
You can wait now.
You want to get in, don't you? You can't get in this. Up here. Ah.
Oh my god. Babe,
What?
I'm trying to stream.
I'm in a cage with a shark right now.
No, well, you're not.
Well, I'm in a cage, but there's a shark outside, and... Whoa, it's a fish around my face! I've lost the shark. There it is. A fish ran right in my face. Where'd the shark go? Oh, no way. Oh, no way. You could actually fit through them.
Oh,
Oh, you can see it in the distance. Nope, I lost him.
anyway, let's carry on.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yep.
What could it mean?
Who knows?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Going,
Oh,
I'm going.
No.
Oh my god.
When Stanley... Wait,
I'm
what?
freaking out.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
You're lying to me.
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything
No.
when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story
No.
somewhere, or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I
No.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, can I pick any door? Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a maze. What's down here?
Oh.
I like mazes. You've got to be kidding me.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
Yeah.
I can promise you
Me
there
too.
definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better
What?
than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, let's having fun in the maze. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'll do as I'm told this time.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
You-
It's
you
possible
fucked
the
it.
story is back where we just came from.
You
Why don't we
fucked
go
it.
back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
For fuck's sake. You can't be going around in circles. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
I broke it.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
That's rude.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, not again.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, but it's taking me. Why is it taking me?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I am going.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way,
Oh.
is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
Stop.
are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation
literally
of
gonna
the
follow this
nature
line.
of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Yeah,
Not sure
so
where
you
I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
What? This one.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Well,
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
It's a
You
tr-
won't
it's
want
a
to miss
bush.
anything.
It's a plant. Literally. A plant. Okay.
Oh, God.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, yeah, that's really
It's
good.
telling me to go this way. I'm going this way.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything
Yeah,
we've been through,
Line.
you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting,
Yeah, let's do
daring,
it.
mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we
Okay.
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now,
I broke the game.
this is exciting. Just me and
I
Stanley
didn't pay attention
forging
to
a
what
new
he was
path,
doing, so now
a
it's
new
all
story.
fucked.
Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
kind of walking around in
Whatever
circles,
it
I
might
know.
be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in
Yes.
our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
No.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It's hard not to acknowledge it when it's telling me where to go.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our
Getting
destination
dizzy.
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Probably not.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Rich, has your mum gone to the
Will
door?
something happen?
Is it written someone knocked?
I don't know.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way
Maybe
that
not.
this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not
You've
the
got the
destination.
lines.
So I hope that's
Yeah,
where
on
we
his
are
face.
right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
I'm just going to sit on my ear for a minute.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll pay attention this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What?
Make the firework. Thanks.
Sorry.
Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Did he? Or did we stay in the broom closet for a little bit? No, I've already broke the game once. Let's not break it again.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I'll be good this time. I'm stuck. Ah!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I inputted the correct
Amazing.
code because you told me to.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Milkshake
This
for it.
question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm not happy about this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But there's one that says escape. Fuck it. Boop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
More switches.
This mind control facility, it was
What
too
number was that?
horrible to believe it couldn't be
Fourth
true.
number.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Sounds like every job then.
No. He
No.
refused to believe it.
No.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
No.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just watching a video.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Guess it's got something to do with these numbers. So 1, 2, 5, 4. Where's 3 then? That's 5. 1, 2. Where's 3? I hope if I could see where I was going.
Just gonna go make a ball tea.
Okay.
Do you want
No, I'm okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
I broke it all.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yeah. Is that it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Was that it?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
No.
had simply missed a memo.
No. That can't be it.
When Stanley came to a
can't
set
be
of
it.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
No, I'm going downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
No,
to
he
his
didn't.
boss's
Stanley walked
office.
downstairs. Stanley is not happy this game is over.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
Hold on.
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Why am I walking around in
All
circles?
of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Apparently,
And as
I beat
Stanley
the game.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
I'm walking
why
around in
couldn't
circles.
he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
Oh,
close
yeah.
automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh yeah?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
Yes,
simply repeating?
exactly the same.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yeah.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I feel a bit
He thought
crazy
to
right
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah, why?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he
Getting
doesn't
pretty
have to
bored
take
of
responsibility for himself?
Walking around.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
It's kind of getting a bit depressing. Think I might leave it there.